Welcome everyone to another episode of Atomic Rooster Gaming. This is my continuing playthrough of the Outer Worlds. It's a game from 2019. This will be part 18. And I'm having a great time with this game. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I will leave a link in the top up here. Click on it, watch some other videos if you want. Please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me how your day is going.
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Ms. Ragnar Wentworth?
Only when I got a job to do.
Shots. Okay.
And even that ain't a guarantee.
So, what are we doing in this episode? Sandra wants the data on any terminals in the arms building deleted. I didn't do that. I forgot to do that. Can I find the arms building? Bayside Terrace ruins. Yeah, no, I forgot to wipe the data, but that's okay. Let's just get this done. The guy had some embarrassing emails he wanted to get rid of, but you know, it is what it is. Can't always get what you want.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you?
I found your review on the terminal in the arms building.
You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it.
Yeah, you sent me into Raptidon-infested mess to clean up after you.
I didn't mean for any harm to come to you. This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them.
Your left kidney?
One of the executives required a transplant.
Holy crap.
I thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects.
What? Did it?
Apparently not.
Yeah, they weren't going to promote him, so he was mad. Who cares with you what they think? You're in charge now.
In charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners.
And you've made it work. That's more than anyone can say for those execs.
I hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that. Thank you for that. Was there something else?
I met Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Alright, I need MSI to stop broadcasting. You're jamming the Devil's Peak station.
You think we're the problem? Have you even heard the nonsense Graham is spewing?
Unfortunately, it's hard to have not heard it around these parts.
It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners.
There must be another way for you to do business.
Indeed. That's why it's imperative that MSI be reinstated onto the board. And the first step is getting the Bolt 52.
I found the cartridge.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less.
it sound like you were sending me after a weapon.
But that's exactly what this is. The world isn't changed with guns and speeches, much as Graham and his followers would like to think, but rather with meticulous documentation.
And the dissemination of the proper ideals and information to those in the highest echelon of society.
On the contrary, I would say good documentation is for everyone. And the Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 is one of the most formidable pieces of data entry in all of Halcyon. One false stroke can invalidate the entire document.
It's true. One of the old execs gave herself a stroke trying to fill out the exemptions section.
What does a Bolt 52 do exactly?
For our part, a Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Finally, the board will get some comeuppance.
Sort of. Really, we're just going to blackmail them into offering us a seat at the table.
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea, it's definitely a firm middle finger.
Just tell me what you're planning. Promise me that once I've helped you with this, MSI will stop its broadcast.
Help us with this final matter, and we won't need to broadcast anymore. You have my word. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Mr. Nandi may be correct. If the masses learn that the board disregards their own ordinances, it'd give rise to dissent. MSI could use this information to their advantage.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
Sanjar, you sly dog.
You really think so? I admit, I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
Sounds like you know her well enough yourself.
That's part of the problem. She has certain ambitions for Stellar Bay, and I fear my asking her would give her the leverage she's been looking for.
Don't get yourself worked up, sir. It's perfectly natural to have a healthy fear of her.
We really don't need to discuss this now, Celia.
So go to Fallbrook and then get the location of an illegal corporate facility, then...
Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it.
Infiltrate a secret corporate base and kidnap the staff. Sure, easy.
A foolproof plan if I ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you.
I've got questions about MSI in the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
You see what I have to deal with?
For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
What happened to the other corporations?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Meaning you and Graham, right?
Ah, so you've heard about our prior acquaintance.
Why try to hide it?
It was a lapse in judgment on my part, and one I'm not keen to recall. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago, and we both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely.
Why were you so invested in reforming MSI?
Reforms are humane, but they're also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
Using the board's own tools against them. Clever.
That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Okay. Guess you missed the transport. Hope you gave him the finger.
In a manner of speaking, many of us stayed behind, in an act of quiet but firm defiance. As the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
That's low, even for them.
I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Why exactly do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
Can't fault you for your practicality.
Indeed. We've got to consider realities, not ideals. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
You mean the corporate data you sent me after?
Indeed. I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
What's the hazard clause?
It's straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments, by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
A necessary evil for the greater good of society.
That's exactly how the board describes it.
And they've invoked it on Monarch?
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
You didn't tell me that Hiram found a loophole giving MSI control of
Well,
Monarch.
technically he may have suggested it, but he certainly wasn't doing the paperwork himself.
we're supposed to let Hiram control Devil's Peak. That was the deal.
Technically, he does. What exactly are you accusing me of?
Intimidate. You're not upholding your end of the bargain. Cross me like that and things will get bad for you.
Now, there's no need to use that sultry tone with me. Hiram understands the way things are. After all, he has his own contacts on the board. Until we're back on the board, I need to run those advertisements. If there's no business on Monarch, then we all starve. Hiram included. Besides, Graham's the one you should really be concerned about. His propaganda does nothing but crowd the frequency. What can I do for you?
Okay. Guess that was it. Alright, let's go off into the wilderness to get beat up, I'm sure. 824. Holy crow.
You seen Arthur today?
Uh-huh. You blind, little bird? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Catherine, you're as welcoming as ever.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
Charm. If by nugget of paradise you mean piece of manty dung, then sure.
You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
Need a hand for hire?
If it's one that don't mind getting dirty, then I sure do. But how am I to know whether you're reliable, if not fully trustworthy?
I could beat it out of you.
That you won't ever do. But I like your style, so I'm willing to take a risk. We'll consider it a trial run. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I have a feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid fucker who's gonna get it for me.
Any tips on how I might get in?
If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Boy, if I know. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make do.
See, I wanted to sabotage the factory.
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
What if I wanted to kill him?
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end. It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Uh-huh. Says see Duncan somewhere.
Remind me never to get on Ms. Malin's bad side.
She's fine. Well, so long as you ain't on her bad side. Then she's liable to drown you in the waterfall.
I test every product myself to assure maximum customer satisfaction. If you doubt it, I can show you my lower back rash. No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Catherine said you can give me an ID cartridge for the CMP factory.
Not so fast. My biometric IDs are special goods, only on offer to special clients. You cotton?
Intimidate. Flex. Check the list again.
What do you know? You're on it. My mistake, customer.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a jiffy to break. I mean, calibrate the ID. This goes like that. Nope, not quite right. A bit to the left, mayhaps. That'll do it. For a CMP factory line worker, she sure is a beauty. Careful. I'm trusting you to guard this specialty good with your life. I mean it. Lose the ID and you don't get another. Also, you'll be off my list of unwholesome customers. Will that be all, or do you require something to say, scratch your itch?
Let's trade. Moho. I get 8% discount from this dude. And start selling off some crap here.
Hungry? I'm famished myself. No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
This data pad contains a personal journal of Mercer Cole, a low-level sublight contractor. Most entries pertain to slagging his teammate or complaining about shit for paid contracts. Last entry reads, "Can't believe we found alavite gas in the hibernated Rizzo lab out in the dust back. Olivity, whatever it's spelled. It's worth a shit ton. And who'd use that to make candy? Looks like old Getry's hunch is gonna prove out. Not that I'll ever tell her so. The way she goes primal at the slightest hint of criticism. Too much product for us to transport. Gonna need a ship to smuggle this off-world. Probably need Lila Hagen to send a team. No way Miss Malin can handle this job out of Fallbrook. Been working on Remy, plying him with pale kale ale he likes. Figure if I get him nice and sloshed, he'll tell me the password into that place. Did some exploring while he and Gertie were testing the Alawiti gas. Found an old elevator shaft and a lab coat modded into a hidey spot for some dandified weapon. That's probably worth enough to make me a right top runger after I go back for it. Old Mercer's gonna get himself Byzantium. To Byzantium. Can't let Remy or Gertie find out about it. Gertie'd go full burn and demand I split the profits. Remy, he'd probably send me to the boneyard and keep it himself. The screen cracked and most of the keys are non-functional, fussed together from a plasma damage, but a few entries are unreadable. With those remaining, only snippets can be viewed. Orbital Salver, you are reassigned effective immediately. Must report to Site Safely Commander Sanders 16 and transport provided by a non-corporate contractor reliable. Proceed overland to Research Facility East, Town Designation Fallbrook. Kind of a shithole facility is this? I never accepted a promotion again. Unless it comes with Gilded. Hastily keeps losing her damn key card. Expects me to find it for her. Not her fucking Swain. At least POW is easy on the eyes. Entry 3. Shit, wrapped fucking alarm went off again before I got a chance to try the weapon. Seen anything like it. Chastity use it for a damn prank. Now Sanders is gonna lock it up and I'll never perfect crowd. Easy to maintain. Ordered townships get their hands on the goop. Holy crap, I just spent a bunch of money there. Okay. Search for clues. Acquire science weapon in abandoned lab. Okay. Lillian Hagen has a lead on some expensive salvage. When the board abandoned Monarch, several factories and research facilities were left mostly intact. While the majority of those locations have previously been stripped of valuable resources, sublight agents on Monarch recently discovered a hidden laboratory with a cache of ultravitae gas. Lillian needs an independent captain to retrieve the salvage.
You're back? You shouldn't be. That's my nice way of telling you to sod off.
Alright, so these guys are what am I doing now? Alright. Alright, let's do that one then, I guess. This is the one I got the ID for. Right?
Ah, you must be a part of the new line shift.
Corporate commander.
Don't tell me you lost your
Nice.
key card already. A lost card's worth 2 infractions, you know.
Actually, haven't been issued one yet. It's my first day on the job.
You know, I think I did hear something about that. Alright, okay.
Careful out there.
What is that purple deal there? What was that stuff there? Oh, workbench, yes. Getting on that bad boy right now. Alright, what do we got? The assault rifle. I got the flamethrower on 4? Critical damage dealt. Reduces noise of each shot. Minus 25%. Minus 80%. Okay. Oh man, that's tough. pretty good, dude. I need my armor too, though, right? Workbench repair, armor. Let me get my best armor on. Helmet is 49, level 20, 49. Holy crap. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we will 49. Alright, that's that was Tinker. Guess we'll keep moving. What the hell was that? Okay, so there's a suspicion, right? That's a suspicion meter I'm taking it, right? Greetings, authorized user. The king would like to remind you to please clock out before documenting your daily shift in 15-minute increments. Do not forget to clock back in when you're returning to work for your next 23-hour shift. If you would like to file a complaint, please immediately report to King's receiving infraction in your performance. All files to be deleted. I don't want to say I told you so, but I did message you that writing was on the wall in April, did I not? Which, if you remember, is one of the reasons I begged you to please hurry in your decision-making, which inadvertently, unfortunately, stoked your ire at me for rushing you. But now, everything I feared is coming to pass. CMP's abandoned Monarch with the others, the factory's in working order, but less and less of us keep showing up for shifts. Because what's the point, really? I never got my last 2 big cards for wages as owed, which means I can't pay rent. Aggie, let alone sponsor your minstrel of cousin's gambling habits. I know you're titter it away whether I raise these sorts of concerns, but I'm not joking, Aggie. It's only a matter of time before I'm plumb out on the streets. What are you going to do then? Keep telling me to wait? I can't. The next ferry's scheduled for Thursday at 2 o'clock. I'll be on it, and I'd like you to join me. If you do, I'll have an answer at last. If not, then I guess I'll have an answer the same. Either way, I won't be waiting for another month on end. That was everything? Okay, that was everything. It's a dude right there. Making meat. Pretty nasty meat. Sissy pig. Oh shit. That is not the guy. Where's the guy? 67 over that way. So I gotta go out here on the floor? No, I can't. I gotta go around. And we're about done. This thing is about gonna kill us, right?
What? You. Hold it.
Damn it. Okay, Okay, so I realize about the meter now. You got only so much time. You can't be screwing around, right?
Greetings. Authorized personnel.
CMP financial records. I guess I'm not smart enough. Where are these guys going?
Processing.
Oh, great. Everybody here is going to be kicking. How do I reset the suit? Oh man, I'm never just going to be able to walk over there. Can I?
Connect with caution, worker. Breaking the
Here they come!
Nope. Disguise failed. Great. Nope, I'm not gonna make it, dude. I got to kill all these people, I think.
Error. Employee information.
Alright, let's go back out. Alright.
Initiating greetings protocol. Greetings.
Just walk, right? We might make it. Frickin' doubt it, but we might. Go, baby, go. I'm gonna say we're probably not gonna make it. We may have got lucky. We may have took a right turn somehow. Greetings, unauthorized, authorized personnel. Maintenance logs? Assessing. Attention everyone, I have an important announcement.
Huh? What's going on?
Great, that didn't work. I gotta kill everybody? Is that the idea?
Going silent. Well, just where do you think you're sneaking to? Production line is that away, you worthless gadabout.
Out of my way, or your next clog they clean out the machinery. Let's persuade. You're gonna report me, are you?
I'm darn well thinking about it.
Don't do it.
You do make a convincing argument. Fine. I'll let it slide. But just this once, mind you.
Got it. Okay, so it resets it. No frickin' way. Are you kidding me? Oh no, make it. Okay, we're there. Okay, okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. A little parkour action. And I am almost out of stuff here. Restricted access, okay. Another elevator. This guy's got all kinds of elevators. What is this sample stuff? Who knows? Let's go talk to this guy. Don't want him running away.
Whoa now. And just what do you figure you're doing up here?
This is the king?
These are my private quarters, friend. I don't allow tours up here. I don't allow tours ever on deeper consideration.
Perception? You got blood on your shirt. Right there. No, lower.
Certain things require a mess
Guy does
to
a
do
little
well.
psycho, doesn't he?
See, I was just killing sometime. I prefer to prepare my dinner by my own hand. Nothing like fresh and bloody Borstwurst.
Those parts are from Cysty Pigs?
I do own a factory known for specializing in the canning of Borstwurst. On occasion, I like to imbibe other parts of the Cysty Pig. Did you fancy me a cannibal? Perish the thought. No, I don't eat the bodies, I disappear. A joke, that last was. So, what can I do for you? My full attention is at your disposal.
Captain, I would caution that we tread carefully through the remaining morass of this encounter for the safety of all involved.
You think?
While I approve of your associate's cautious nature, I still teeter on the verge of losing my patience. Let us move forward with the present proceedings.
Is that a blind taste test in the other room?
Indeed it is. Did you partake of the experiment? I would like to hear your assessment of the quality of each sample, if so. Don't wait so long the meat rots. Then I won't be able to trust your answers.
Sublight sent me to kill you, but I'm sure we can work something out.
By sublight, you mean Catherine, do you not? That greedy, star-crossed sow. Listen, friend. The Borst King of Monarch does not negotiate with coveters. How about You bring me Catherine's severed head, and I will gift you a lifetime supply of Borst.
Obviously a psycho. What if you partnered up? Two great empires.
You desire that I should lower myself to Catherine's level of crassness and filth? I cannot fathom how that would cotton myself. The king built this golden monopoly brick by brick from the rubble when the corpse abandoned Monarch. No, he ain't the sort to partner up, as that requires the sharing of power and profits.
Come on, Catherine's a swell lady and a fine business partner.
According to whom? No, I don't see the advantage to me. Besides, didn't anyone tell you? The king don't bow to demands, nor stoop to negotiations, friend. Never mind. Never I should mind? I will never you right up your dark... I mean... All right, yes. Listen, friend. The Borst King of Monarch does not... Piss, and I had hoped it might not come to this.
Welcome, King. How may I assist you today? If you would like to terminate a personnel's probationary period, please select a corresponding personnel file entering your password. All files have been terminated. Executive Dictation 56. Whole factory ripe for the taking. None the wiser save for me. Now the king, I reckon, who is also me, but different, better, I know. It ain't wise to be so fanciful, but it grows so lonely, just me and the pigs and the machinery. And now the king, the others will come soon, though, to work for me, the laborers. Gotta start small, but then we'll build, and we'll feed, and we'll feed, and we'll feed. King can scarcely believe how well, how awful fine it's all gone. Came from nothing, but now I'm a self-made man, rich in meat and money beyond what one can believe. Power and privacy are mine, everything I ought to ever desire is mine, except for... might not have been with me from the beginning, but he was the first to arrive. He kept me from being alone, that's for sure. Don't think I could forget nor escape that fact. I think I got it. Any personnel, and I don't care if they be a line worker or the janitor or the stars damn stissy pig. We shall tell them to call the king by his rightful moniker and do it properly. None of this Slaughterhouse Clive pig shit, or I'll show them a slaughter and they won't forget it. Did I make myself clear enough? Yes, or was. Alright, so he's crazy. There's this one. What's this one? Y'all look pretty dope. Gotta go that way. Transition to Monarch Wilderness. Alright everyone, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down in the bottom. Thank you for enjoying, watching, and participating. I hope you have a great day.
That's not possible.
This is the Atomic Rooster, and I am